Welcome back to Glenagos Park. In the junior category, it's been all about Sam Faulkner this season. He has won every single final this year. He lines up beside Jensen Murchison on the front row of the grid with Goodman and Rainbow in row 2, Root and Huntley, Fox and Algieri. Keep an eye on a couple of drivers from the back, including Elliot Webb in 19th and last place. Watch him charge his way through the field. Is Faulkner going to make it 5 out of 5? Here we go, onto the inside line, and already Murchison is trying to get him closer. Oh, that's a little bit of a jostle already, as up the inside, trying to come through both of them is Toby Goodman in the 85. He's trying to make his move. There is Sam Faulkner still leading though, and Goodman has come through into second position in the 85. Murchison in third place, but Faulkner has got the lead. Now, expect him to do what he has always done, get out and pull a lead, but up the inside for second place comes Jensen Murchison, and that kind of battle for second place is exactly going to give Sam Faulkner the advantage he needs. So, Jensen Murchison travelled a long way to get here to North Wales, 15 years of age from Essex, and he is going to do his best to try and finally topple Sam Faulkner in what has been a bit of a Faulkner fest this season. He has dominated all year long, and the number one is P1 again. So it's Faulkner from Murchison, leading rookie currently, the man in third place, Toby Goodman. You'll notice the difference between rookies and established guards. They have the black and white plates, the rookies, compared to the yellow plates of the others. More than half this field is full of rookies. It is brilliant stuff. Up the inside comes Murchison into the carousel, and he's through. Wow, I would have expected Sam Faulkner to drop the hammer and get away, but that is not the case today. He has the pace to run at the front, as we know, but he is definitely not as dominant as we have seen him in previous rounds. So it looks as though the field have finally caught him up in terms of one-lap pace. So perhaps Sam Faulkner is going to have to pull out something special here. Here's the field. Murchison, Faulkner, Goodman, Root, Rainbow, Fox, Huntley, Maloney, Seb Algieri in fusion colours, Barlow, Mills, Cunliffe, Keegan Reeve, Jurger, Webb, Burns. Then it's Declan Stansfield in front of Massarella and TJ Reeves. So a brilliant battle already, and the field is actually staying pretty even in terms of pace. Nobody is really falling away to the tail of the field. They are staying quite close together. So it's going to be a difficult one here for Faulkner. He's now under pressure from Goodman. He's trying to close up on Jensen Murchison through the compression, and still Jensen Murchison hanging on to this lead at the moment, the young 15-year-old from Essex. Here comes Goodman. Oh, he has a look on the inside there of Faulkner. Can't quite get the move done. And this is a racing championship that, of course, a lot of rookies have come into. If you want to get involved, you can head over to the website, easykart.co.uk. It doesn't matter what your budget is. It is a very easy championship to run in, hence the name, Easykart. Oh, that looked like a little bit of a moment there for Faulkner as he tried to go onto the very tail of Murchison, and Murchison would have felt that one. Really tricky situation for him to be in there, but he held onto it nicely. Leading rookie, as we said, Toby Goodman, the 13-year-old from Tame, and he is doing an absolutely brilliant job hanging on to that third position just in front of a man who is in his first event as a junior, Morgan Root. He stepped up very well this weekend and is already in the top 6. So good work from him so far. Here's Faulkner, though, chasing down Murchison. This is something we haven't seen in 2015. It's all been about Sam Faulkner, and now he is having to play catch-up. We finally get to see, again, what he is capable of in a head-to-head battle. We saw it last year with him and Esme Hawkey, but in 2015, he has been the dominant force. So is this finally going to be Jensen Murchison's day? Goodman in third position, just dropped back a little bit from these two. Morgan Root still there comfortably in fourth place, trying to chase him down. But these two have already started to make a bit of a break. I don't think it'll last long, though, as the rookie, Goodman, is doing a very, very good job in position. Rainbow is there in fifth place still, the 78. And if we look back, sixth place, that looks like Charlotte Fox is still there in the 81. And she's done a very good job this weekend here at Glenagos Park as well. Seventh place, that is the 69 of Scott Huntley, trying to close up. It looks as though he's had some contact at the rear, perhaps a little bit more than he would have liked, because the number plate is flapping in the breeze there. Back down, Damon Hill go the two leaders, and he is coming Goodman. He is getting there. He is chasing down these two. And it looks to me as though Goodman has definitely got to turn a brilliant pace here. He has managed to drop the rest of the field behind him. And now we could have a three-kart triumvirate here in out of the Devil's Elbow. And Murchison is definitely showing Faulkner exactly what he is capable of here. Goodman is stepping up the attack as well. This must be a brilliant scenario for these guys. Here's Morgan Root. First junior race was last time out, 12 years of age. The man from Doncaster doing a great job. And fifth position, here he is, Matthew Rainbow, trying to make his move on the inside. attends the Burton Borough School, the 14-year-old, and I have a feeling that he'll have some great stories to tell his mates in the classroom when he gets back there in the end of the summer, because he is definitely doing a great job at the moment. Up at the top of the hill, and here comes Goodman again. He has tightened up the gap once more. Out of the Devil's Elbow, through the right, through the left, and into the final turn. How about this? Murchison's actually got a bit of a gap between himself and Faulkner. Now, who on earth would have expected that? Oh, Root's made a mistake in the final turn, and up the inside has already come Rainbow, and it looks like Charlotte Fox, the 12-year-old from Grimsby, is going to make her own move to get through as well. Goodman tightening up on the leading two once again. I have a feeling here Goodman doesn't just want to tighten up. I have a feeling he wants to prove, yes, I'm a rookie, but Faulkner is not doing so well this weekend. I can beat him. He has a good chance to win this one, actually. Goodman's been looking very strong over the course of the race, and this weekend he finally seems to have turned a bit of a corner and caught up with the Murchisons and Faulkners of this world. So we could have a race-long 3-kart battle here. Unfortunately, that little mistake from Root has dropped him back into the... Well, at least he's got the place back again in front of Rainbow and Fox. But Fox is again sitting in exactly the right position here, 6th place, just watching these two scrap. Rainbow can't get past Morgan Root at the moment, but Fox is still strong in 6th position, just waiting, just watching. She's in a very intuitive position in the battle here, because she can watch what these two are doing, watch where they're making mistakes, and pounce. She's very, very good at reading a situation, and she has the opportunity to get a move on the inside of both of them. Hang on a minute. Murchison has got a massive lead over Faulkner. What's happened to Faulkner? Has he made a mistake somewhere on the circuit? No, his hand's in the air. His hand's in the air. He's got a problem. Oh! Goodman's gone into the back of him there. Now, Faulkner was leaving the circuit. His hand was in the air, and I think Goodman just didn't see him put his hand up. Now, that is a very dramatic moment in this race and in this championship. That is the first time Faulkner will have failed to finish a final, let alone win a final. That could not be more dramatic for the championship fight. It just looked to me as though Faulkner had his hand in the air and Goodman didn't see it. You could easily forgive him for that. It's understandable, because when you have a mechanical problem, you're supposed to put your arm in the air, not your hand. So I have a feeling Goodman just didn't see it. It's dropped him to 5th position now. Root is now up to 2nd place. Rainbow 3rd and Fox 4th. He's right on the back of these three, so he's going to have to work hard to get himself back into 2nd position. Into the final turn. He's gone! He's gone into the pits. He's out of it too. I think he's got damage from the incident himself. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, it looks like we've got a different 3-kart battle for 2nd position now. It's Root, Rainbow and Fox. And in 5th position, that's the fusion-coloured kart of Seb Alguieri, the number 6. Wow, drama at Glanagors Park, and it now leaves these three battling for 2nd place, headed by the new boy, Morgan Root. I said earlier this is his first weekend in the junior category. I'll correct myself, it's actually his 2nd. His first time out was the last round of the championship, round 4, but you certainly wouldn't know, would you? He's doing a cracking job now in 2nd place in front of Matthew Rainbow and Charlotte Fox. Now, Fox is in a perfect position here in 4th position at the back of a 3-kart train, and she is able to watch both of these drivers in front and pick an opportune moment. And this time she won't get 5th position, she'll get a podium, and she's going for it up the inside. No, can't quite get through there, but Matthew Rainbow is under severe pressure now. That 3rd position is looking very difficult to hang on to. Morgan Root in 2nd position, but the man out in front, Jensen Murchison, he must think his birthday's come early, because this is a fantastic victory in the making here, and his championship nemesis, Sam Faulkner, is already out of this race. What a dramatic twist in the fate of this championship. Goodman out as well. Real shame there. The rookie was doing a brilliant, brilliant job. But it leaves this battle for 2nd position with 3 very talented racing drivers. Morgan Root, Matthew Rainbow and Charlotte Fox in 4th position. Now, Charlotte is one of those drivers who definitely has the talent. Whoop, 87 there. Harry Barlow putting his arm in the air. Charlotte Fox has another look at Matthew Rainbow. Definitely one of those female drivers who has the ability and the skill base to get to the very top of motorsport. The likes of Susie Wolff and Carmen Yorda in Formula 1. She actually has the ability on pure talent. Oh, Harry Barlow's off the circuit in the spoon. There he is at the top of your picture. You can just about see him. He's off the circuit there, and that is a big problem for Harry Barlow. He's going to try and rejoin, but it's clear he has got some big technical difficulties. So there's no chance, I'm afraid, of Harry Barlow getting some silverware in this final. Back to the battle for second position. Yeah, just picking up again on what I said about Charlotte Fox. There are some very talented female racing drivers coming through karting now. We are finally getting this emergence of female talent, and I would put Charlotte Fox right at the top of that list of young female talent coming through. There needs to be some big sponsorship coming through for Charlotte Fox now. You can see she's quite reserved in terms of her outward brand appearance. There's just a black and white kart, there's no logos, there's no decals, but look at her out on the circuit, battling for second position in a brilliant fashion. She's got the intelligence and the tenacity to race at this level. A sponsor's dream in the making here, Charlotte Fox. Just 12 years of age, from Grimsby. Surely there's got to be some Lincolnshire money that can back her all the way to the top. So, Root, Rainbow and Fox. This is the battle for second position behind your leader Jensen Murchison. Then there's Algieri. Mills in sixth position, just in front of Cunliffe. Keegan Reeve is there in eighth position, trying to chase him down. And just behind, that looked like the 62 of Amy Jurger. Back with this battle for second position. There are 2 spots on this podium behind Jensen Murchison and 3 drivers trying to fill them. There is going to be 1 driver in this trio that's going to walk away a little bit worse for wear and quite unhappy about it. So how is this battle going to sort itself out in the final few tours? Morgan Root, junior new boy, and already battling for podiums in his second race weekend. He's going to walk away with a massive smile on his face, win or lose in this battle. You have to say he's done a brilliant job with this. Third place, the 78, Matthew Rainbow, very talented racing driver, has had the speed all year long to challenge for podiums, and he's been at the front in the top 6 all season long. So there is a chance here that he could walk away with his best result of the 2015 season. Second place would definitely give him confidence moving into the second half of the year. Third position is good for now, but he'll want second place. And Charlotte Fox, just on the back of these two, well, fourth position, if you're battling for a podium, will not be good enough for any racing driver. So she's going to want to move up and get maybe 1 or 2 places perhaps, because she definitely seems to have the pace to run with these two. She hasn't made a single mistake there in fourth position, and actually she's in the best position of these 3 because she can now learn from and anticipate every move that these 2 drivers make in front of her and get a great opportunity to move up the order in the process. Here she goes on the inside. That's her first serious look on the inside of Matthew Rainbow. Not close enough yet to make the move, and that was a high risk moment for Charlotte Fox. She didn't want to go too hard too soon. That was just an anticipatory move there, potentially a chance to put Matthew Rainbow off a little bit. It didn't work, but she stated her intent there in fourth position. That's the gap, by the way, that Jensen Murchison, who you just saw, has over the battle for second place. There he is on the finish line with 2 to go. And there's the battle for second position. It's about a dozen seconds or so, that gap. So, unfortunately, these 3 can forget about victory unless Murchison has a problem on the last 2 laps. And being a commentator, I'm hoping I haven't just jinxed him there. Up the straight, come the battle for second position once again. Here we go. Rainbow's having a look at Root and Fox is having a look at Rainbow. This could be a great jostle in the last couple of laps. But look at Jensen Murchison, absolute masterclass. He's obviously been watching Sam Faulkner's reruns every single race, and now he has learnt how to dominate himself here. So, through the final few corners of the lap to begin the final tour, and Jensen Murchison has obviously been taking some Sam Faulkner lessons here. Last lap, and he's got a victory pretty much sewn up already. Just one of the back markers there in between. Fastest lap, still from earlier on, the leading rookie of earlier, Toby Goodman, the 85. He was never beaten in terms of 1 lap pace. There's Algieri trying to close up on that podium battle. Still Mills and Cunliffe in behind him. And then Keegan Reeve. But this is what we want to see. This battle for second place. Morgan Root is hanging on to it as Jensen Murchison is going to come through this time to take the victory. Here he is, out in front. I think actually, looking at that second place battle, Morgan Root might just have enough to hang on to this second place battle. He seems to have the measure of Rainbow and Fox on this last lap. So let's see Murchison take that victory out of the final turn, checkered flag, and he'll be very satisfied with that indeed. Where is the battle for second place? Morgan Root, Rainbow or Fox? Who is it going to be out of the final turn? Is it going to be Morgan Root? Yes, he's held on. Brilliant fight there from Root. That was so difficult to hang on to second position, and he has made it stick in front of Rainbow and Fox. 5th position for Seb Algieri in the fusion-coloured machine. He's done a great job there. Mills in 6th position as the leading rookie. Samuel Cunliffe in 7th place in front of Keegan Reeve. The man from Barbados, Josh Maloney, ends up in 9th place in front of the number 8 of Elliot Webb, who fights his way back for a top 10 finish. But this time, it's not Sam Faulkner, the dominant man, on the top step of the podium. It's Jensen Murchison.
Clay Pigeon, you really came on form there. You've had a bit of bad luck this year with mechanicals, things like that, but you did very well at Clay Pigeon, but it wasn't quite to be. It was second, but so how did you feel coming into this round?
I knew that if I didn't win today, I could see my championship fairly fading away, so I knew I had to win today. And then after qualifying pole, I felt like I was more confident for the heat, and after I won that, I was like, I knew this round was going to be better. Coming second in the pre, a little bit gutted, but then kept my head for the final and just won, just coolly, you know.
Absolutely, no, definitely. It was a very, very confident drive. We did see it. I did notice the difference in you today, Jensen. It was very good. There was certainly more confidence in your racing. And we move on now to the double-header round at Wilton Mill. So, you know, there's a chance for you here. You know, I mean, I know that Sam has dominated the whole season so far, but you've now crept yourself back into the reckoning, and there's still 3 rounds to go here. So, Wilton Mill, a track for you?
Yeah, I like Wilton. Once again, I'm quick round there. Once the cart's set up and I'm fine, just see how it goes as well. But well done to Sam as well and see how it goes, you know.
Well, let's look at the championship points battle. Matthew Rainbow's podium gets him closer to the back of Harry Barlow. Bad luck for him, unfortunately. Third place, Elliot Webb. Good fight back to get into the top 10. And Murchison has still got a 60-point deficit to Faulkner despite the retirement.